Hi everyone, this is Marina. So today I would like to give you some tips on how to make your safari more memorable. So I've been living in Kenya since 2014 and luckily I have been on many safari. So from my experience, I'd like to share 3 key factors to make your safari more memorable and enjoyable. If you're thinking about traveling to Kenya, I hope this will help you plan a great trip. First of all, let me ask you this. What's your image of safari in Africa? Maybe in your head right now, you have some images like this or this, or maybe this. So when you hear a word safari, you think you would see a lot of wild animals like elephants, lions, leopards, zebras, giraffes, hippos, rhinos. Yes, that is true. And it's beautiful. You can stand in the middle of Masai Mara and there's absolutely nothing to block the view. It's an amazing experience. And safari, by the way, is not an English word. Did you know that? It is actually Swahili, which is spoken widely in East Africa, including Kenya. It means journey. So safari is not just seeing animals, it's a journey. Seeing wild animals in Kenya is almost guaranteed, but I want you to enjoy other things to make your journey more memorable. Therefore, I would like to share 3 key factors to make your journey more fun and more memorable, apart from seeing wild animals. So, number 1, the first key factor. Be picky about where you stay. When it comes to accommodation, like choosing hotels and lodges, there's so many to choose from. But basically, you have 3 options for what kind of lodges you want to stay. And it's a very, very important element of your safari because the accommodation would change the whole experience. So that's why I would say be picky. Be picky about where you stay. Don't compromise too much. You can find the one you want within your budget. So let me give you 3 options. 1, budget. Budget basically means cheap. So like cheap hotels, cheap lodges. And the second one is mid-range. So that's basically like 3.5, 4-star-ish hotels, meaning affordable. And 3, high-end. So this is like 5-star hotels, 5-star lodges, luxurious hotels. So let me share some pictures as examples. So this is the budget lodge. A budget camp lodge looks like this. It's rather simple and basic. You can just have what you need, like simple beds, simple food. Maybe suitable for backpackers. And sometimes the hot shower is broken, toilet doesn't flush well. So if you can, you might want to avoid it. In the past, I spent 2 nights at one of these budget camps and I ordered cold beer. You know, like you need cold beer after the game drive, believe me. You know, But sadly, my beer was not cold because they didn't have the power, electricity. That was a big no-no to me. Beer has to be cold for me. Yeah, so if you can skip the budget option. Mid-range. So this is an example of a mid-range lodge. I personally recommend mid-range because after seeing wild animal outside, you get tired because you have to drive on the rough road. Sometimes it's windy, dusty. So you really want to relax and sleep in a comfortable bed. Of course, take a nice shower, nice hot shower. So you can also find a good selection of food at the restaurant. So you'll be very happy. If you travel with your friends or family, mid-range is probably best. High-end. So this is the experience at high-end lodges. Maybe this is like one-time only experience in your life. The view, look at the view. You can see the beautiful Masai Mara from the restaurant or from your room. And usually all drinks are inclusive. So you can have everything like cold beer, wine, spirits, water, fresh juice, just whenever you like. So it is expensive, I would say. So maybe it's for honeymooners, or if you can afford it, just go for it. Okay, now we're moving on to the second key factor to make your safari more memorable. The second one is join optional activities. Like I said, safari is not just seeing wild animals. You can explore Kenya more by joining optional activities. Let me give you some examples. For example, here you can get on the balloon and fly over Masai Mara. After landing, a glass of champagne and breakfast is waiting for you in the middle of Masai Mara. Or, for example, you can take a boat to cross the lake and get to the small island. And you can actually walk there and see animals like up close. You see some hippos in the lake, maybe monkeys. Is it a monkey? It's baboon, yeah. And maybe zebras like behind you. Or you can rent a bike and go through huge rocks, yeah, and see animals. Or we also have horse riding safari. You can ride a horse and go around to find some animals. This is not a zoo, so there's no fences, so you need to be careful too. You can also join a bushwalk with the Maasai guide, or you can sleep under the stars. Right, so the final one is meet local people. When you are on safari, you move around in a tour van, or you fly, you take a local airplane. So you don't have to talk to local people so much, or like you don't have many opportunities to meet local people or interact with local people. But Kenya, one of the greatest things you can do is to learn the local cultures. There are more than 40 tribes in Kenya. The most popular one is probably Maasai. I'm sure you've heard of it, Maasai. Like maybe you have seen this, men jumping. They're most known tribe probably in the world, but the percentage is very small, maybe 2 or 3%. And there is another tribe called Samburu. They live in northern part of Kenya. They wear traditional clothes, but not everybody wears traditional outfits. People in typical villages are like this. And sad, but the real life in the slum is like this. But I don't want to give you the impression that Kenyan people are all like this. No, Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya, is like this. It's very modern. It's very city. So that's why I would like to say that when you go to Kenya, you've got to meet local people. Kenyan cultures are very colorful, and you got to see many sides of Kenya, like from different angles. And that's why the third key factor is to meet local people. All right, so let me summarize for you. The three important key factors to make your safari more memorable is number one, be picky about where you stay. 2, join optional activities. 3, meet local people. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'd be very happy to assist you. So hopefully in the future, we can eat local food, we can meet local people, and we can see each other in Kenya.